really quick stretch, square pelvis, zip up through the lower abs, press your pelvis forward just a little bit. You don't need to go too far to find the hip flexor. And just a little moment here. Make sure the glute is activated. So if you need to check with your hand, put your hand on your butt. We'll stay there for just another breath. Come back into the hamstring. Send the tail away. Watch you don't release through the lower abs right here. And try to lengthen through the crown of the head. So almost feel like you stick out your chest and stick out your bottom. So it feels like your back is extending nearly. That really gets into the hammy. Let's go back into the hip flexor again. Find it. Maybe 3 breaths. Back into the hammy. You can stay here or you can sit down. That works. Walk the fingers like a little spider. And then you might want to kind of take that into a neural stretch. Flex the foot, so pull the toes right back towards your face, and it kind of feels a little bit zingy. Feels a bit nasty. And then when you've had enough of that, let's just swap legs. Yep, beautiful. Up tall, lift through the crown of the head, press the pelvis. I always get something weird in my knee when I do this side for some reason. Must be really tight through ITB. Just find it. And then back again. Soften the neck, soften the shoulders. And another one. Up tall. Keep trying to pull the tailbone between the legs and working that, we call that a posterior tilt, like a tuck, like your tail is trying to tuck under and your pubic bone's trying to push forward. And then back again. And then see if you can walk those fingers forward, flex the foot. Awesome, and then I'm going to be purely selfish and mobilize my upper back because I feel a little bit hunchy today. So let's go onto our side. Either go 2 hands, actually, if your shoulders are good, go 2 hands behind your head. If they're not good, go bow and arrow, that one. I'm going to go here. Lift your underneath waist straight away, knees are bent. I'm going to look at my top elbow. Breathe in, bring the elbow to the ceiling, and then breathe out. Keeping your hips square, try and take your upper back and that other elbow as close to the floor as you can. Bring it back to the sky, back to the start position. We're going to do that a couple of times. Can you make sure here that your head is heavy and you're not using your neck muscles? This is pure rotation, no strength. And I like to push this elbow into the floor to help me get a little bit further. Let's just do one more. Because I feel really super tight here. I'm going to pause on this one for an extra few breaths. And imagine someone was just really gently pushing that elbow down towards the floor for you to open up your pecs. Go a little further. And then collect your core, collect your deep abdominals to bring you back. When you feel ready, roll over, do the other side. But just in your own time, don't feel like you gotta rush. So I like to use the breath straight away, setting up and then breathing in to lift the elbow. And the exhale will actually help you to get a little bit further around. And I'm even feeling that stretch in my lower back today, so I must be tight. Breathe in, collect your center. Breathe out to bring it back. So already just bringing awareness into the abs, into the pelvic floor. we'll just do one more. Even yourself up. Hold this last one. Maybe for 2 deep breaths here. I'm trying to think of keeping my right hip bone stacked over my left. There's someone waiting to get in. And bring it back. I'm just going to check. Because I just heard it ping. No. No. Okay, cool. All right. So we're going to start sitting. So sit yourself up. 2 bent knees. Right up on top of the sit bones. Let's start flexing our body, rounding our body over our thighs. And just stay there for a moment and just relax your shoulders. I'm just letting my arms drape onto my front of my ankles. Not really thinking too much, just trying to soften the shoulders. And we're going to start to breathe here. So just start to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Don't switch on the abs just yet. I just want that big expansion across the back of your ribs. And then squeeze out all the air. We normally count to 6 as we do our breaths at the start, so let's just add that in. So inhale to the count of 6, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do 2 more breaths. Do your shoulders need to let go a little bit? Can you actually feel all the ribs opening? Can you feel those tight lower back muscles and how they expand? If you need to, put your hand there, but they should be expanding into your hand as you breathe in. It's subtle, but it's there. And then we're just going to stay here. Keep the breath going. Can you start to collect your abdominals and your pelvic floor at the same time now? So hopefully we're getting good at really connecting through all our core muscles, not just isolating one at a time. So as you breathe out, I want you to try and close the sit bones, lift the pelvic floor, and gently pull the lower abs away from the thighs. I'm going to give you some quiet time to feel that and to control the breathe in and not splat through your pelvic floor. I like to think of a jellyfish in the water. Think of how it bobs around, and the jellyfish never really stops moving. It's really flowing, it's smooth. There's no sharp movements. That's what you're going to do with your pelvic floor. One more breath. The next breath out, you will restack from the bottom of the spine, so the vertebrae start coming up one at a time. Just leave your hands rested on your shins and grow through the crown of the head. Get that lifted ribs up off the pelvis, the long, long waist, wrapping the skin around the waist and funneling in. But watch out, what are your shoulders doing right now? Your gaze should be straight forward, not up too high, because then you're going to be all up in the upper body. So lengthen the back of the neck. We're going to imprint in a seated position. We take a breath in. We breathe out and really feel like you pull your stomach away from your top. Your lower back is going to move a minuscule bit towards the back wall. It's so small. And then as you inhale, come back to your start position, right on the tippy point of the sit bones. We got 2 more. Exhale, stomach pulls away from your top. Pelvic floor starts lifting. The lower back is rounding. It's opening. But you're not going to lose this height through the top of your head. So there's a lot of battles going on right now. Internal battles that no one can really see, but you can feel. Breathe out, the belly's going, I'm going to go flat. The crown of the head is going, I'm going up. Which one is going to win? Hopefully the stomach. Hopefully both, and then come back up. One more, really subtle. Stomach scoops. Spine stays long and lengthened. Waist doesn't shorten, it doesn't crunch. Bring it back up. Take the hands away. We're going to roll it back. Breathe out. Start with the same quality. Don't change your quality. It's beautiful. The stomach, the lift through the crown of the head. You're going to find your challenge point straight away. Where is your challenge point? It's that point where your neck and shoulders don't take over. Your back is round. You might get the top of your pants to touch the floor. You might not. You might not be there yet. That's okay. Leave the belly behind. Bring it home. Stretch the lower back. Find that beautiful lifted waist. 2 more. Scoop. Lift. The head is eventually going to move. I'm moving my feet a little bit closer to my butt. Hold for a split second. You're in control. Nothing is working harder than it needs to right now. Lift, hold. Last one here. We're rolling it back. We're just going to hold for 2 breaths. Can you find the connection of your armpits to your waist? Can you deepen the tummy a little bit more? Can you lift your pelvic floor a little bit more? That's a little challenging. Now tuck the chin in, lengthen the chin. The back of the neck, I should say, as the chin tucks in, lower all the way down to the floor. I'm going to wriggle forward because I'm going to disappear out of the screen. Straight into neutral. Find your neutral straight away. We're not going to fuss around too much. Soften the hip flexors. Let's just open one knee to the side. Don't move the hip bones. Bring it back. So just a quick moment to find your awareness into your neutral spine, your neutral pelvis. Feel how the muscles stabilize. The deep muscles we're going to work first and build it up from there. Bring it back in. So as you open your knee, you'll find that you have to pull in a little flatter to not stop the rocking. Challenge yourself. Can you go a little bit further? Don't be safe today. I know I always bang on about technique, and I do want the technique, but I don't want you to keep it safe. Unless you've got a dodgy back or a hip or something going on, then keep it safe. Bring it out. We're going to add on. Take the knee out to the side. Slide the foot along the floor. Watch the back. Watch the pressure on the back of the pelvis. Shouldn't move as you drag the foot back. We're going to the opposite leg now. Open the knee. Stabilize through the opposite side. You'll feel those oblique muscles kick in. Slide the foot along the floor. Turn the knee parallel. Bring it back. You're going to challenge the pace a tiny little bit. But be very careful that when you get that teeny tiny bit quicker, you don't lose everything that you've worked so hard on all these last weeks. Other one, we don't move at snail's pace all the time. Slide it along. Bring it back in. That foot that's dragged back in, float it straight up. Float the second one. What happens to the stomach as you bring up the second one? Hopefully it pulls away from your top. Squeeze your legs tight together, little toe taps. You're going to float one foot. The thigh moves away from your center, but it only goes as far as your belly doesn't move, pushes back up into your top again. We're going to do 3 of those each side, alternating. So where's your challenge point at the bottom? Don't go past it. Don't hold short. My challenge point is a little tricky because when I hit it, I can feel my shoulders tightening. So that's actually a little cue to pull back a little bit. One more each way. Last one, lift your pelvic floor up as you're breathing out. I'm going to go 2 legs together. You can keep going singles if you want to. I'm going to go 2 legs now. Squeeze them tight together. Wrap and engage through the back of the leg. Breathe out. Send both feet away. The knees stay bent. Pull the stomach in deeper to bring the legs back. It's a little movement, but it's a lot of work. 2 more. So before you kick off the movement, You're looking to feel the stomach pull away from the hands. Fight to get that action and then just maintain it. And I get a little shake, a little quiver going on. Do one more for me. We're bringing it back. The hands come to the front of the knees. You're going to push your hands into your thighs and press your thighs back into your hands. Feel that little connection, that energy, reaching through the arms and feed it deeper into the stomach. Work that position. Come on, energy, energy in the legs, in the arms. Ease and back off a little bit for a mini break. One more. Just watch your lower back because I felt mine wanting to arch there. There shouldn't be a big gap. Breathe out. Find the connection. Push, push, push. Keep the depth. Take the hands away. It's the spine twist coming up. We know how to do this. If you need to put your feet down, go for it. Inhale, take the knees across. We're going to wake up the obliques a little bit more. We're bringing the rib. We're bringing the waist. We're bringing the hip, the knee. We know what to do now. We've done this nearly every week. So let's pick up the pace a little bit if you can. But mindfully. 2 more each way. Last week we added a little leg extension. Feel free to come with me on our last rep each side and add that in. The knees go across. You're wearing a really tight mini skirt. Extend the top leg and squeeze the inside thighs together. Pull back from the obliques. Bend the knee. Just one more on the other side. Deep in the stomach. Pull from the waist. Bring it back, pull the knees into the chest for just a mini split second. You can lift your bottom off the floor if you need to stretch those lower backs. The feet are going to go back down and we're going to go to 2 straight legs. So slide them long along the floor. You're going to check that you haven't disturbed the curves in the lower back. You're going to flex the feet. Pull the toes right back. Squeeze the inside thighs together. Make that connection travel up through your pelvic floor. Think about length through and wrapping through the front of the body. With the right leg, first of all, just send that right heel away from you, float the leg up. How high can you lift it without your tailbone curling off? Give yourself a hamstring stretch here. You're going to use your own quads and your hip flexors and then lengthen as that leg goes back down. We're going to do that 3 times, same leg. We're going to go exhale to lift. Work that position. Squeeze the juice out of the exercise. One more. Go in more. Pull the stomach right back away from your top. The furthest you ever have before. Let's swap to the other side. Deepen. Got a nice crack in my hip just then. Press it back down. 2 more. Keeping the active underneath leg, pushing into the mat to find the stability. 1 more so the pelvis doesn't shift. Send the legs back down, but I want you to keep the feet flexed. We're going to go into a chest lift. Walk the fingertips like a little spider towards the heels as you lift the head and shoulders up. Pause. Looking here into the stomach, going in a little bit further. Pulling the toes right back to work the ankles. I want the legs active. And then rest back down. Don't rest your legs. You're still doing Pilates even at the bottom in this position here. 1 more. Breathing out. Deep in stomach. We're going to hold and go straight into our hundreds. Lift your arms up. Start pumping the arms. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. You got bird's eye view of what's going on in your belly? Have a look. Can you control the breath in? Remember the air goes wide into the side of the ribs that we practiced at the very start of our breathing in the warm-up. Keep practicing it here. We're halfway. 7 sets. 8 sets. Squeeze your legs together. Keep those legs on, 9 sets. This is your last one. You're not going to splat, you're going to hold. Stay there, we're still working. Place your vertebrae with control back onto the floor. Don't lose the stomach. Float the arms over your head, keep the feet flexed. Reach them forward into a roll up. Can you peel off? See how you go. If you need your arms, you need them. Oh, well done, that was amazing. Inhale, hold at the top. Exhale, pull the stomach, let's go down with control. Now, if you need to bend your knees here, because I need that rolling through the lower back. Make sure you can feel your vertebrae go down one by one by one. Arms stretch over the head. We're going 3. At the top, don't relax the stomach, pull the waist in. I'm going to go back to straight legs. Another one. Deepen. Find that beautiful round lower back in the stretch. Roll it back. We're going to add a little variation. We breathe in, come up as normal. Hold here. Now, I feel like I'm going to lose my pants. I want you to restack the spine. Lift the arms to a diagonal. Roll back, keeping your eyes and your arms up here. It's an extra little bit of load through the stomach. The roll through the back is the same. Inhale to come up. Exhale, deepen to flex forward. Inhale, restack the spine, lift the arms to 45. Roll it back. Lift the chest, keep it wide and open. Awesome job. One more. Keep those legs active the whole way through. Lift up through the spine, grow a little bit taller, lift the arms. Let's roll it back and stop in a chest lift. Hold. Grab your right knee, pull it into your chest. Use your arms to really fold at the hip socket. Lengthen that underneath leg. Let's flex the foot for a second, just like we had before. You're going to pull the stomach in so deep that that leg just floats. It feels as light as a feather. Lift it up. Amazing. Let's swap those legs into the single leg stretch. Change. 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 So those legs are definitely working. That tummy is grinding in. We're just breathing through it. I'm not going to tell you which way to breathe. Just you let your bodies work it out. 2 more each side. Last set. Hold that knee in. Stay there. We're going to rock backwards and forwards and get ready for rolling like a ball. Find your position at the top. When you get to the top, hold your balance. Coming forward on my mat a little bit. And we're going to go back forward, rolling like a ball. So heels are pulling right into your bottoms. Pull your stomach in, lift the butt up. Find your balance. Try not to touch the floor with your toes. That's a challenge. Let's just vary our arm position for a second. Can you do this with your hand? Don't know if you can see me. Stick your thumbs up and your little pinkies out. I want you to put your thumbs on your thigh, your pinkies on your calf, or more down towards the ankle. You're going to keep that gap the same. So let's rock and lift. And don't lose your fingers on your thigh or your lower leg. So you're really tight. Sometimes we cheat and we let those legs flick and help us out. This ensures that you don't do it. One more. We're going to stop at the top. Hold here. Press your legs together. Let's slowly roll back. We're going to flip onto our sideline position straight away. So roll back, over, and we're on our side, facing me. Well done. Breathe out, lift the legs, 2 together. Breathe into lower. Let's do 4, 2, 3. Just one more. Squeeze your legs together. No gap. No gap. Well done. Pull the knees back into the chest, back onto your back. We're going to do a double leg stretch. I haven't taught you guys this one yet. Just go with the flow. Give it your best shot. You're going to extend your arms by your ears and your legs forward in that hundreds position at the same time. If you want to watch one, feel free. We go out, we go in. If this is too much, you go up and in. Choose your position. We're only going to do 4 or 5. Pull your stomach in, curl a little bit higher before we kick it off. Just make sure you're in the right position. How deep is your belly? Find it, pin it. Let's go. Stretch the arms and legs, make it smooth. The fingers reach away from the toes, the arms pull around. You pull the stomach in to fold back in. And again, stretch, squeeze your legs together. Stretch the arms, pull back in. Are we going okay? Can we do 2 more? Arms and legs, beautiful. Get your head off the floor. You're in a chest lift. Ah, yeah, yes, that's it. I'm not down here. I'm up the whole time. 1 more. Well done. We're going to roll onto the other side. You're going to see my butt, but you know what to do. Let's roll. Straight away, 4 reps, double leg lifts. Breathe out, lift. Inhale, lower. Remember I said not to hold back. Zip it up, but try and lift those legs a little bit higher than you normally would. 1 more. Was that 4 or was that 3? Oh my God, I'm going to do another one. Pull it back in, stay. Back up into that chest lift. Fold your body in half. 1 leg goes to a diagonal, other leg goes to the sky. Here, grab the calf. If you've got tight hammies, you might need to bend your knee. I'm all right with that. I want you to pull that right leg towards your nose. Use your arms. Just hold. You're in a hammy stretch. When you're ready, keep the stomach scoop. Release the right leg and do a little mini scissor kick. Stop. Pull that knee into your face. Deepen. Release. We're going to move through now without holding. So you're using your arms to pull the thigh towards you. Now if you have a look, I'm being mindful of how low I go with that leg. If you've got great control of your pelvis right now and it's not moving, you guys go for it. You can send that leg lower. I want you to get the hamstring stretch of your life right now. Make your arms do it. Go. Pull. Oh, it's torture. 1 more each way. This is still an ab exercise. So be mindful of what your stomach's doing. Last one. Pull it in. Bend your knees. Let your neck have a little mini break. We're going to flip straight onto our belly for a quick cobra just to stretch out our stomach before we get back into it again. Adjust your undies if you need to, like me. So legs a little bit apart. I'm going to have my hands by just in front of my shoulders. Pull the stomach in and up. Lengthen the crown of the head forward and just do a half cobra. Lift the chest. Keep the bottom ribs in contact with the mat. Come back down. I'm going to do 3. So I'm inhaling to come up. Sometimes I think of rolling a marble away with my nose so that I don't just throw my head up any old way. Last one. Coming up here. And flexing back down. Awesome if you need to stretch your lower back out a little bit, just like a little mini split second before we go back onto our back again. Are we all good? Back to 2 straight legs. Lengthen them, flex them. Theme of the night. Reach out through the heels. I'm going to start with my left leg. You can do whatever leg you like to start with just so you can see me. I'm going to bring 1 leg to coffee table or tabletop. Hands go behind the head. We've been working lots on our chest lift technique right now. So let's just make sure that we've got that down pat. But we're going to keep this leg nice and still. So we're going to breathe out. Slide the ribs. Don't pull on your head. Go for this as much height through your chest lift as you can without being tempted to pull on your head. Keep both legs there. Lower your spine back down. We're going to do 3. Exhale, scoop, stomach, deepen, 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 deepen. 1 more. And stay at the top on this one. We're going to do little pulses. Pulses does not mean pull with your head. It means the action of the ribs. So the ribs open a little bit, lengthen this space a little bit, Exhale, close the space. We're going to do 8. That's 1, 2. What's the underneath leg doing? Is it working? 3, 4. Are you holding your peach under your chin? 5. Keep it. Don't squash it. 6. Just hold it. 7. One more. 8. Stay up. Let's rotate into the obliques. Hold that shape. Oh, get those shoulder blades off the floor, guys. We're in flexion. Up, 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 up. Pulses. Open, pull. 1, 2, and 3. Keep twisting. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pull the knees into the chest before we go to the other side. Not resting for too long. Lengthen the leg, flex the foot. Find your tabletop. Here we go back up. 3 plain chest lifts. You might notice as you curl up that your pelvis is not square. Can you have a quick check for that for me? So your hip bones should be still level, not one hip height higher than the other ideally. The third one we stayed for the 8 little pulses. Here we go. 1, 2, go in deeper. 3, 4, wrap your waist smaller. 5, 6, 7, 8, rotate. Other oblique, here we go. Pull. 1, 2, 3, look over the back shoulder. 4, get that right shoulder blade off the floor. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, pull the knees into the chest. Just give your lower backs a little stretch if you need to. From here, we're going to flip. How are we going? Actually, let's sit up. Let's sit up and just have a little upright moment instead of being on our backs. Let's go 2 hands behind our head. We're still going to work our abs here, but we're going to do it from a seated position and obviously not as much load. Pull the toes back, push the heels into the floor. Breathe out, tuck the head, just the same action of the chest lift that we were doing, but fold, fold, fold. Go more for the stretch in your back. Restack from the bottom of the spine, pull the tail, find the stretch in the lower back, soften the shoulders if the elbows need to come forward a little bit, and push your head back so you're not in that forward head position. Feel free to bend the knees if you need to. Well done. So you're working on the upright posture. And again, 2 to go. Breathe out. It's a stomach exercise. Can you feel the muscle fibers of your six-pack muscle, your rectus abdominis, really doing the work? This is where you really use that mind-body connection to activate those muscles and work deeper. 1 more. Keep flexing, keep flexing, keep flexing. Restack. All the way up. Let's stay here with the feet. I'm going to twist and rotate my upper body all the way around the pole. Back to the middle. It's smooth. I grow first and I rotate. You're still using your obliques. So concentrate. Which muscle are you using when you twist? You're pulling back with one side of your obliques, pushing forward with the other. Come back to the center. Watch out you're not here. Bend your knees if you need to. 1 more. Breathe out. Grow taller. Breathe in, come back. I feel like I just need to stretch out my hip flexors, so just come into a little back support for a moment, because that just feels good. Find the glute. Let's come back down. Hands and knees. Wrists under shoulders. We're going to do a little mini plank series. Spread your fingers. Feel the energy down through the floor. Find your stomach. Leg goes back. Now pause here for a moment. I'm coming forward so my foot's on the mat. Pause here. Don't think about bringing the second leg to join it until you've lifted your stomach as far away from your top as you can. Pick it up. Now when you start to take that other knee, that second knee, don't release through the stomach. Hold your plank. I want you to feel the energy through the feet. Push the floor away with your 10 toes. Push the floor away with your 10 fingers. Suck the stomach up. Find the back of your body, the glutes, the upper back. The length through the crown of the head. Don't release your abdominals. Bring one knee in. Bring the other knee in. Sit back on your heels for a millisecond. Come back up. We're going to repeat, but I'm going to add on. If you need to do that version, you do that version. Prep it really well. Abdominals. One leg. 5 toes right now. Keep the stomach scoop. Bring the second leg. Stay there. I'm going to add a leg pull. One leg lifts up, rock back. Rock forward, lower. Lift, rock back. Forward, lower. We're doing 3 each side, or you can just hold it. Beautiful. Now I'm working my abs. Watch you don't throw that leg in the air any old way. Keep the connection from your pubic bone to your belly button. Nearly done. Sit back down. Round your backs. We've got one more plank variation to go. Come back to hands and knees. Here we go. Same prep. Take one leg out. Take the other leg out. Hold it. We're going to pike it up in a second. So just take your feet apart a little bit. So we're going to send it straight back into a pike. You're going to hang here for 2 deep breaths. See if you can soften the ankles to get a deeper stretch in your calves. So from here, you're going to tuck your tail between your legs as though you were going into a cat stretch. Pull your stomach off your thighs so you can see my lower back is rounding. And I'm bringing my weight forward to end back up in a plank. Lengthen through the crown of the head. I'm going to lower my pelvis just an inch or 2, but don't let go of my glutes or my lower abs, and stretch my abs. Lift the chest, lift your heart to the sky. Pick up the stomach, back to the pike. So that was really slow and broken down. We're going to move through that a little bit quicker. Scoop. Through the plank. Pass the plank into extension. Lift your heart. Pick up the stomach. Send it back. 2 to go. Scoop. Lengthen. Diagonal. Lower the pelvis. Keep the connection in the lower abs. Deepen the stomach back to your pike. Lucky last. Scoop it up. And lift the heels. Pelvic floor. Open the upper back. Lift your chest. Pick it up, sit down, and stretch those lower backs. Round the spine. Check in your rest position here. We're going to stay here for an extra breath. Don't let your front ribs be resting on your thigh bone. Can you lift them off? And I'm not sure if you felt that, but immediately that lengthens my lower back and stretches it deeper. A breath or 2 here. We're going to go onto our back. We did a rollover last week. We're going to go again. You can either do the prep. We're going to start off with the prep, and then if you can, give it a shot. I don't care if it doesn't look good. But if your back is capable, we're going to try the full rollover. It'll make sense what I'm talking about in a minute. So pull your knees into your chest. Just let your arms rest. Really important that your upper body is undisturbed. I like to go palms up to the ceiling, and I'm going to breathe out and just peel my tail off the floor. So I'm really only moving like 1 or 2 vertebrae, and that's about it. And then rest the pelvis, the back of the pelvis, the sacrum back down. Breathe out. The tummy scoops. This is right into the lower abs. And then as your bottom peels off, you'll feel your 6-pack, your rectus abdominis doing the work. Back down. It's so important that the neck does minimal. 2 to go. Probably can't see a whole lot here because it's really small. Lucky last. Have to concentrate really hard not to let my upper body squeeze and tighten. You could go with that, or you could go with me. Legs go up, We're in an L. If you need to bend your knees a little bit, I'm all right with that. But your thighs and your body make an L shape. Your goal would be not to change the angle of that L shape. So what you're going to do is start to do the prep, peel your bottom off. You can push with your arms now if you need to get your legs over your face. Lift your pelvis up though, so watch you're not crunching down. Flex the feet and slowly unravel. As you unravel, you're going to keep your toes as close to the floor as possible. Here's a big hammy stretch. Come back to the start position. So we're just going to do 2 more. It's an exhale to get you over and an inhale to come back. Go in your own time. I don't want you to rush through this. 1 more here. Breathe out. Are you still with me? I can see some legs in there. Well done. Yeah, don't flick it if you're doing the prep. Breathe out. We used to do this as a kid all the time. It was so easy back then. And bring it back. Well done. Pull your knees into your chest. We're nearly done. We're going to take the hands behind the head. We're going to curl back up into a chest lift. Coming up for the grand finale, 2 more exercises to go. Hold your chest lift. Send your 2 legs straight to the sky. We're going to go lower and lift. Breathe out. 1 leg goes down to eye level if possible. Breathe. Oh, which way did I cue you? We're going to go inhale to lower. This is harder. Exhale to lift. Alternate. Inhale to lower. Send that leg away. 1 leg is pushing there. 1 leg is pushing out. This is deep. Keep swapping. Hold your head up into that chest lift. Don't let those shoulder blades be resting on the floor if possible. If you need to, you can do this down here. Just giving options. Lucky last. Lift it up. We're going to go 2 legs together. Let's go. 3 reps. Down, 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 down. Do not arch your back. Lift the legs. 2 more. Only 1 more. Pull the knees in, rock up. You've nearly made it. Lift it up tall. Up with the arms to that high diagonal we had kind of back in the warm-up. You might need to shift your weight back a little bit. So you're going to lift 1 foot off the floor. In an ideal world, your knees would be together. I'll go this leg so you can see me. But if you need to bend that knee, because the thighs don't want to be moving around, you can bend it a little bit. We're going to go single leg teaser. We roll all the way back. Like a roll up with 1 leg. Arms go over your head. Roll it up smooth. Don't flick, don't throw yourself, don't use momentum. You can use your arms to help you grind in deeper. It's 3 reps on the same leg. Inhale, hold at the bottom. Exhale, reach. Don't use your shoulders, don't close off your chest. Lift up with the arms, but this tummy stays scooped. 1 more on the same leg. I know I can feel it in my quad a little bit. It's okay. Finish it up at the top, and in your own time, swap your legs. Don't stop moving. Roll it back. You know what to do with your spine. You just got to keep breathing through. 2 to go. This is your last one, guys. Last tough move for the night. Almost. Bring it up. We're going to stay, bring 2 legs up. See if you can keep the tail between the legs. Can you lift the feet? Yeah, well done. Can you extend the legs? If you want to stay here, stay here. We're just going to hold. I did promise it was the end. It is the end. We're just holding for 3 breaths. Don't move your legs. Just stay. Like you could hang here all day. Get those legs up. Come on. Yeah, come on. You can do it. 1 more breath. Well done. I don't know about you, but I need to stretch my hip flexors out after that. Let's come into a pigeon pose. So I'm just going to bring my heel across my body. That went really fast. Did for me anyway. Try and keep that leg across the middle. And then I'm trying to sink my opposite cheek down into the floor. And if if you walk your fingers back and bring your body up, that's going to stretch right into that hip and the glute at the same time. I love this stretch. And just let your shoulders go. And I'm just going to swing my legs around and swap. And then I feel the difference in my hips. This one is definitely tighter and more painful to stretch. Oh. Bringing the body up if you can. About 3 breaths. Well done. If you feel like you need to spend